Good evening. I kind of have sort of a rambling mind, especially right before I'm about to speak. A couple of things that came to my mind before I get to my notes. The first one, oddly enough, and I think a lot of people realize athletics is a very small world, that Coach LaForce, who was up here earlier, the head basketball coach at Coastal Carolina, actually coached my father in basketball at the College of Charleston back in the 70s. And it's really neat to think that what you taught my father was ultimately passed down to me in one way or the other, and now I stand before you being honored here tonight. The second one was, as Brooke was speaking, I was praying that I didn't have to follow up an ESPN analyst who gets paid to speak in front of people for my induction talk. And the third one, when they were showing the video on Ann, they talked about her GPA and going to class all the time, and the Snickers amongst my table hopefully weren't loud enough for you guys to hear. I always tell people I majored in football, minored in partying, and somehow left Charleston Southern with a degree 10 years ago, but I'll keep the stories to a minimum. I'd like to thank the Big South Conference for this beautiful event and taking the time to honor each of the inductees. I'd also like to say congratulations to all the inductees for your awards and accomplishments as well. We've been told we have 5 minutes to speak, and I have a lifetime of memories, about 100 people to thank, only 5 minutes to do it, and I don't think the Big South has awarded me any timeouts to call tonight. So it reminds me of the 2005 game, down 14 points with about 2 minutes left, no timeouts, and trying to come back to win a championship. So hopefully I'm up for the challenge here. But that's exactly what I'd like to do. I'm honored and flattered by all the words spoken on my behalf tonight, but I did not accomplish these feats by myself. I did not win any games, throw for any yards, score any touchdowns, or break any records by myself. Football is the ultimate team game, and for that matter, I'd like to take these final few moments to attempt to properly thank everyone that made this honor possible. I'd first like to thank Dr. Hunter and Hank Small and Charleston Southern for first hiring Coach Mills and making football a priority way back when in 2003. We all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the decision to bring Coach Mills in and to put Charleston Southern football on the map, and it really began with that decision first. Two, I'd like to thank all the coaches over the years that have taught me through hard work and dedication that anything is possible. I'd like to thank all my teammates that took the field with me from 2003 to 2006. We went from 1-11 to 5-5 to 7-4 to 9-2. The nation's longest winning streak at 14 games at the time, a Big South Conference championship, and the school's first ever top 25 ranking. So this award is for my teammates as well. I'd like to especially thank all my linemen that blocked for me over the 4 years. Playing O-line is such a selfless job, and those guys never get enough credit. I definitely couldn't have done it without them. I'd also like to thank one of the best coaches and one of the best offensive line guys that have been around, a guy by the name of Chuck Kelly, who could not be here tonight. He was our offensive line coach at Charleston Southern. I owe a lot of credit to him as well. I'd like to thank all my receivers and running backs that caught the many passes through the years. I may have thrown the ball a lot in my career, but I did not catch the ball myself. Just to name a few here, Maurice Price, who probably should not be far behind me in his induction to the Big South Conference Hall of Fame. Marcus Murray, Drew Rux, Brian Mears, Kenny Harper, Robert Adams, Harry Seabrook, Aaron Dunklin, Bryant Birch, just to name a few. A special thanks to our fallen teammate, Eddie Gatson, who Coach Mills talked about earlier. A young, promising life cut way too short. Eddie, thank you for showing all of us what true grit and passion for the game of football was all about. You'll never be forgotten. I'd like to thank also a close group of friends and teammates of mine during my time at Charleston Southern, guys that I still consider some of my best friends to this day: Anthony Moore, Ryan Robertson, Mike McCann, C.J. Hirschman, Antoine Thomas, Jeff Crisp, and Tony P. Even though I didn't throw any of you touchdowns, all you guys were there with me every step of the way through the good and the bad. So for that, I thank you as well. I would also like to thank the man that first truly taught me what playing the quarterback position was all about, a man that showed unwavering faith in me as the future of Charleston Southern football when I was only a 185-pound true freshman and had still not learned how to have faith in myself. There's not another man that deserves more credit for the football side of me receiving this award today. Coach Jay Mills taught me how to be a quarterback, how to be a good teammate, and how to be a great leader in times of adversity. Coach Mills also designed, orchestrated, and called every single play on offense over the 4-year span that accumulated and turned into these awards and accolades tonight. He also turned around a football program that was a doormat of the Big South Conference and laid the foundation for the excellence you see in Charleston Southern football today. Coach Mills, I am forever grateful for the role you have played in my life. Thank you again. I would also like to thank God for giving me the ability to play this wonderful game for so long, but more importantly for protecting me through the years and giving me the strength and courage to navigate through the hard times. Last and certainly not least, I would like to thank my family, because without them, none of this would be possible. I would first like to thank my wonderful fiance, Kyla, and our son, Collin Drafts, who are both in attendance tonight, and also my daughter, Abigail, who could not make it tonight. Kyla, even though you might have been a figment of my imagination back in my college days, I knew one day I would meet a woman that would blow my mind and put it all into perspective. Life is way bigger than a ball and a game, and thank you for showing me that. So I love you and our growing family. Thank you. To my extended family in attendance, my Uncle Brian and my sister-in-law, Kristen Drafts, both of you were there with me from day one of my Charleston Southern journey as well, so I appreciate all the love and support through the years. To my older brother, Trent, I truly believe that almost all my athletic achievements in my life have come from a deep down, burning desire to be just like you. Thank you for being such an awesome role model. Thank you for dealing with my little brother crap growing up through the years of trying to beat you at everything we do and never succeeding. And most of all, thank you for the love and support through the years. I'll never forget back in 2005 as the fans stormed the field and the goalposts were coming down after our victory over Coastal, our embrace at the 50-yard line was one of the happiest moments of my college career. So I love you and thank you again. And finally, to my mom and dad, I'll try to spare everyone the tears here, but it all ultimately comes back to both of you. You guys deserve all the credit for raising us to understand the importance of hard work and dedication, for instilling a sense of competitiveness and pride in everything we did, and providing unlimited and unwavering support through the years. I never once felt like I had anything to prove to y'all, but rather I wanted to be great for you guys so y'all could be proud of the son you raised me to be. You guys have taught me everything I know and showed me the way through life time and time again. I would not be standing up here today if it wasn't for you guys. I love you both very much, and thank you again. I'm truly honored to be here and receive this award tonight. I'm extremely proud of what I was able to accomplish on the field as a member of the Charleston Southern football team and the Big South Conference. The stats, the yards, the touchdowns, the records, the wins, the championship are important, but I'm proud to say that the people I met and the relationships I built will definitely be what I remember from my years playing in the Big South Conference. Thanks again for everyone that supported me and made this possible. Nobody would have believed back in 2003 what we were going to accomplish that we did. So for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you to my family again, and have a good night. Thank you.